Hello everyone, and welcome to my comparison video. Samsung Galaxy J7 and the Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime, both available on Metro PCS and T-Mobile carriers. And I'm doing this video because I have noticed that the Samsung Galaxy J3 has some points you can compare it to the J7. I know that the J7 it's $149 and the J3 it's $69, so there's massive difference in the price over here, but at the same time the J3 may be a good buy over the J7. So without any further ado, let's find out. Speaking about the design on phones, they are gonna be very identical, as you guys can see. The same language design, proximity sensor. We have smaller size screen 5 and 5.5, and we have capacitive keys, and even the location for the charging cord, the audio jack, and the microphone is going to be right to the bottom over here, and the back is going to be a little bit different over here. The J3 Prime has this another piece of plastic over here, different color than the back of the phone, and when you pop the back, this thing stays and you just take this part. And while the Samsung Galaxy J7 over here has the speaker on the back, flash, and the whole back will pop over here, and the phone is white and this is very much gray black, and the speaker location gonna be on the side and you have it on the back of the phone. From the front will be only one difference. It's going to be the flash, so you have front flash for the front facing camera. Other than that, not a huge difference in the language design. A little bit more up-to-date looking phone for the J3 Prime. For the display, as I said, we have a bigger display for the J7, 5.5 high definition, so we didn't have full HD, as well as we have 5-inch small screen with high definition. The PPI 294 for the J3, and the J7 has 267, which is low PPI for the display. But we have Super AMOLED display, we have TFT display. Just to be fair enough, when I look from both displays, I can see the difference, and the colors, especially the black in the Super AMOLED, a lot much better. Even there is more PPI to push with the smaller screen like the J3, but the quality of the Samsung J7 display a lot much better. That doesn't make the J3 screen is bad screen or anything like that, but for just the quality wise, I can see there is a slightly better display for the J7. Now for both phones, you can replace the battery, get another one, take the back, which is something good in these phones, so you're not gonna stuck with the phone if it freezes on you or something like that, and great things. But for battery performance, I have noticed that the J3 has better performance. Back to the three things. First, the size of screen on the J7, so bigger phone of course, which will consume more for the display. Second will be the octa-core processor. We have quad-core processor, of course, taking this in the account. And the most important thing, in my opinion, that would be the operating system, Marshmallow compared to Android Nougat, which is Nougat has more optimization for the battery. Just gonna give you a good example about how the J3 good in the batteries. I have screen on times on the phone 4 hours and 30 minutes, and I still have 33%. That means this phone can go over 5 hours easy. The Samsung Galaxy J7, if in the best scenarios, if you don't have the high level of a brightness on the phone, maybe your phone gonna last you 2 4 hours maximum. So of course, even with less milliamps power battery, 2600 milliamps for the J3, better than 3000. That because the size is not everything. There is too many factors you have to take on account for the battery consumption. Also, let's take a look on the internal hardware on the phones. We have 1.5 GB of RAM for the J3, 2 GB of RAM, so more random memory for the J7. That's a good thing. As well as we have the processor will be octa-core processor, so we have 8 single cores over here, while we have only quad-core processor for the Samsung Galaxy J7, and we have the Exynos processor in both phones. We have the Exynos 7580 and we have the 7570 for the J3, which is lower processor than the J7 Prime octa-core. Everybody knows it's better, but for the graphics card GPU, they're very much using Mali T720, which is we don't have more advantages for the graphics performance and stuff like that. Now let's go and check the Geekbench and do a test and see the results for the benchmark over here, which is this will give us indicator about the hardware and performance. And the Geekbench mark show us the result. Now we have single core, very much the same score, 637 for the J7, 627, very much the same, but what the difference is going to be in the multi-core score. So we have 3310 and we have 1819. That's of course because the J7 has the octa-core processor while the J3 has only the quad-core processor. Now talking about sensors and phones, as everybody knows, sensor is very important, and the J3 has a sensor same as any flagship, even the same exact the Samsung Galaxy S8. So we have very much the gyroscope, the proximity sensor, accelerator, etc. sensors, while the J7 doesn't have much of sensors over here except the proximity sensor and accelerator. So no gyroscope, no magnetic sensor, no orientation sensor, stuff like that. So of course the J3 Prime has more advantage in sensors for especially gyroscope. If you want to watch any VR content, the way you go, it will be the J3 Prime. Now the J3 Prime has more advantage in operating system, has the latest operating system, is more up to date with the 7.0 Nougat, and we have 6.1.1 or 6.0.1 Marshmallow for the Samsung Galaxy J7. I wish that Samsung consider pushing update for the J7. It's very capable phone, it's very good phone, but unfortunately it's not up to date with operating system. As you guys can see, you will see the 2016 TouchWiz over here, same looking, while the Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime, it looks a little bit different. As you guys can see, all the features, like for instance, there is no multi-windows for the J7 while you have that feature on the J3. Even the cleaner look plus the settings more organized, as you guys can notice over here. The J7 has all of them over here, has some tabs of course, but you can also search in both. But to get phone that has better operating system, more up to date, absolutely the way you go. Now for camera, we have the J7 with 13 megapixel camera for the back, full HD video, and we have the front full HD video, 5 megapixel, has beauty mode, and you have the same thing very much but less megapixel, 5 and 2 megapixel for the front. No flash, so we have flash. Enhance the pictures if you have low light. HDR mode are available in both phone, night mode, stuff like that. You have certain types of effects in both phones, while you can choose some effects over here, and you have something called skin tone, which is it's very much beauty face mode, etc. So but what's gonna make the J7 more better, so you will be getting a bigger resolution for the picture, plus you will have modes over here. Other than that, let me just take you to the modes over here where you can guys see that what you have: panorama, beauty face, port mode, HDR, etc. And you have professional mode, which is you can adjust the brightness, level of white balance and stuff like that. Very much you don't have those here on the J3 Prime, but just to be fair enough, I haven't noticed so much of difference in the quality of the picture itself. I mean, still the J3 Prime for 5 megapixel camera is very competitive with the Samsung Galaxy J7. In conclusion of that video, the J7 did not blow my mind compared to the J3 Prime. The J3 Prime has a little bit more advantages over the J7, like gyroscope. It has a better operating system, more optimization for the battery for a cheaper price. But of course, if you want a larger phone, the J7 will give you a larger phone and a flash with also not up-to-date operating system. So don't forget this, and you're gonna pay twice more for the price. That was very much it for that video. I wish you guys enjoy watching this and you find it helpful. Please subscribe for more on Varietistic and leave a thumbs up, does help the channel a lot. And as always, we'll talk to you in the next one.